Bevo. Nej. Hello. Today I wanted to make I'm holding this rat just to hold something because I felt weird otherwise. So if you see the rat, I just needed to hold the rat. Today I wanted to make a slightly more chatty, serious video. Not serious, but a little bit like a diary entry maybe kind of video about my kitchen. You are in my kitchen currently. Welcome. I got Arthur Morgan over here. Passionate about herbs.
Bon appetit.
Content warning. Talking about mental health, ADHD, eating disorders, depression, that stuff. And then visual content warning for food waste, moldy stuff. I've not written a script for this, which I probably should have, but I don't want to write a script. That sounds boring. It sounds like a lot of work, and then I have to print it out because I film on my phone. I'll just see what I say. So I filmed cleaning my kitchen. I did all of my dishes. I cleared up clutter. I vacuumed the floor. I wiped down surfaces and all that good stuff that you need to do. And I wanted to talk about my relationship to the kitchen in general. This is the first place that I've moved to. So this is the first time I lived alone. I've lived here now for 6 years. Oh my God. I've had ups and downs, but the kitchen has always been a room full of struggle for me. And I should have seen it coming when I was moving out, that the kitchen would be difficult for me because my room was difficult for me. I lived undiagnosed with my ADHD for 23 years out of my 26-year-old life. I've always had a hard time sitting down cleaning, be it tidying or actual cleaning or dishes or whatever. And the kitchen and food-related items are very vulnerable for me. So this is a very vulnerable space. You're welcome. Come in. I'm gonna try to make it like a little funny and entertaining, but you know, they can't all be bangers. I just wanted to talk a little bit. So the kitchen and food-related stuff has always been pretty vulnerable to me because I was fairly recently diagnosed with an eating disorder called RFID. What does it mean? I hear you cry. It means avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. So it's an eating disorder tightly linked to ADHD and autism and all that brain stuff I got going on. So it's an eating disorder that I've always had and that I will always have. It's not one that I can really train away. I'm fine. Let me start by saying that I am fine, but it does affect how I live. It does affect how I treat the kitchen. It does affect my relationship with food, obviously. So the state of it. I don't have a fancy before video because I didn't think about it. I freaking forgot. But you can see there's a lot of dishes. There's a lot of dishes. And the majority of this time lapse, you will see me doing the dishes. It's really hot in here. So, the evil cycle of things in here. The trash can is always full. The trash can is full. We just start there. That's my default. The trash can is full of stuff. So I eat a meal and there will be things left over on the plate. If it is worth saving, I will put it in the fridge and I will eat it as leftovers. But usually it's stuff that I have already mentally discarded and know I will not eat for whatever reason. That's where the RFID affects me the most. And if there's like a piece of meat that has like a slightly different texture or a different color, I'm like, I don't want to eat that. Pasta with too much sauce on it, that I don't feel like I could sufficiently get rid of, then I'm like, I don't want to eat that, that's too much sauce, so on and so forth. It sounds like I'm a picky eater. It's more like my brain tells me you cannot eat that. That's not good for you to eat. I'm working on it, but I've eaten my meal. There's stuff left on the plate. My trash can is fucking full. So either I will very precariously put my scraps on top of a mound and just close the door and try not to think about it, or I will simply leave the food on the plate, which is not great. I know it's not great, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. Next meal comes around, the plate I used is full of shit that I am not feeling capable enough to throw away because the trash can is full. Take a new plate, eat my meal, it ends up in a stack because the trash can is still full. I haven't emptied the trash can yet. And things keep stacking up until I am all out of absolutely everything. In the video that I've taken, it was one of them situations where I didn't have anything left to eat on. I didn't have any utensils and I didn't have any plates, I didn't have any bowls. I eat on cutting boards when I run out. So I was doing all of my dishes. All of my dishes. Took so long. I don't like doing the dishes. If I had liked doing the dishes, I wouldn't be in this goddamn situation, but I am. It takes a long time for me. I'm not a germaphobe, but I need it to be very clean. I need to be very certain that it is clean. So I take a long time cleaning each thing because I'm like, I have to make sure. So it takes a long time, it's boring, it's warm, and I don't have fun. I don't have fun, I hate it. To help me deal with these things, I have cut down on the amount of things that I am allowed to use. Can recommend. So you can see that in the plates cupboard, I have a ton of plates and I have plastic wrapped them all together into a tight little package, except one of each. So I have one big plate, one little plate, and a bowl. And I still have all the other ones in case something breaks or in case I suddenly have guests or whatever, in case I need them. So I can only use one of each, which has helped me a ton. A ton. This process would be times 20 or something before I did that in the cupboard. Because I would use every plate, I would use every bowl, I would use all the cutting boards, and it would be mountains of shit. And I've done the same thing with my utensils. I only allow myself 3 knives, 3 forks, and 3 big spoons. Doing this has drastically cut down the level of dishes that I have to do. And I hear someone crying, hey, why don't you wash them after you've used them? Immediately. It's only 1 plate, 2 utensils usually. Do it then. No piles, no piles. To that I say, girl, I don't know. So I've learned to live with that and do different methods. And that's that. Moving on to the fridge. Also a nightmare zone for me. I hate dealing with the fridge. It's always chock-a-block full of stuff. It overwhelms me a lot. Every time I open it, I just shove stuff in there and I close the door and I try not to think about it. Now, currently I have HelloFresh. Wow. It's really good for me. Before I started doing it, I did not eat well. Mostly freezer meals, mostly quick meals, stuff that I didn't have to think about because thinking about it was just too much for me to do. I couldn't really handle it. So eventually I got HelloFresh, which was very intimidating for me because of my ARFID. I want to eat things that I know are safe and I know are, good for me, if you will. Doesn't have to be actually healthy, but like stuff that I've decided that this brand is okay for me to eat and this cut of meat is fine and all that, this shape of pasta is good for me. It's a whole thing. Avoidant restrictive makes it very restricted in the way that I eat. So starting HelloFresh was scary at first, but I found that I did really like it, and I found that I did really like it, and I still have it. It's been a year, I think, I've had it. However, Even if I pick my meals every week, there are still things left over. You know, one of the big things about HelloFresh is that it's zero food waste and it's prepackaged portions and all that good stuff. And it is better now. But for me, there are still ingredients in almost every meal that I don't want to use, don't feel comfortable using. On top of my RFID, I also have IBS. So in the fridge, you can see some food waste. I wouldn't say it's substantial, but it's food waste. Things that have gone bad because I've been unsure about them, or I have decided I didn't want to eat them and I didn't want to deal with them, so I just put them back in the fridge. So they got bad, they got moldy, they gone off. Big moldy food warning. Here's a bowl that I've had in my fridge for I think a month. Fucking bleh, disgusting. So when there are things that I know I will not eat, I give them ingredients away. I don't like throwing stuff away. My goal is never food waste. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to make sure things go to a good home if they can't stay with me. But there are still things that go to waste in the fridge. Usually it's stuff that I'm unsure about and I'm nervous about, and then I just let them stay there until they go bad. And I think to some extent that's a bit of like an escape thingy, because if I'm unsure about a food, the best thing for me in my development and my eating disorder is to try it anyway and form an opinion afterwards. Trying food is very scary. It's very scary, it's very difficult, it takes a lot of effort, it can take a lot of time. It can ruin an entire meal for me, and then I have to throw away the entire meal instead of just that one ingredient. So I let them be, and if I let them sit for long enough that they turn bad, they go off, they turn moldy, then I'm like, well, have to throw it away, can't eat that. And then I can kind of throw it away more or less guilt-free, if that makes sense. Anyway, psychoanalyzing aside, the fridge, when functioning properly, I have these clear tubs and I get 3 meals from my HelloFresh. So the point is that I have one recipe in each tub and I have all the ingredients that I need in there. I know what's in there. If there are ingredients that I know already I don't want, I can give them away before they go bad because I can see them with my eyes. And it looks tidy and neat, and everything that I need, including the recipe, is in a tub, so I just pull it out and I cook it. It usually works good for about a week until the next box comes in and I still haven't completely emptied the tubs. And then I have these paper bags that I just shove in the fridge and I'm like, I'll deal with it later. So, I'm trying my best. And you can see at the back of the fridge, especially at the bottom shelf, there are these brown marks. I promise it is not dirt and it's not mold. It's, please believe me. It's when I put the HelloFresh bags in without putting them in the tubs and they touch the back wall of the fridge, the paper gets stuck and the paper freezes to the back. So it's paper. It's brown paper that's been frozen. And I decided while I was cleaning that I was not equipped to deal with it right now. There was still a bunch of other stuff I had to do, so I just left it. I couldn't. One thing at a goddamn time. Back to the damn clips. Finished up the fridge, finished up all the dishes, and I was really, really, really dragging at the end. But I wanted to get it done. Because another thing that I do often is I begin doing the dishes and then I think, okay, I'm really overwhelmed and tired, so I'm going to take a break and I'll do the rest of it in an hour or two. That's the devil speaking. No, I won't. No, I won't. I cleaned up the stovetop, some general surfaces around the stovetop that get gunky and grimy. It is not perfect. This cleaning session is not perfect. There are plenty of spaces that still need some love, but it is so much better. And I feel so much better being in here, especially this table. I don't usually eat here. I usually cook and then I eat at my computer desk, which is also not very good for me. My RFID also makes me not very hungry. I don't experience hunger very often. Even if I am hungry, just a few bites of food will make it like disappear. And that's not me being full, that's my brain being like, okay, done. When I sit, especially in front of my computer, and eat dinner, I get distracted. And I kind of forget that I have my meal in front of me. And because I've already eaten a little bit, I'm not hungry anymore. So, I am supposed to eat here, at my kitchen table. I don't. So the kitchen table gets full of shit. I had a brochure from HelloFresh from last Christmas. I had a calendar from 2023 on here for some reason. It's not been clear here for a very long time. Now it is, and it feels better. I can't promise that I'm going to eat here. I'm just being real with myself. But at least I can be here. At least I can sit in the chairs if I want to. And that is something. And that is something. Shook out the rug, vacuumed the floor. It probably needs like a proper scrubbing in here. But overall, I am proud of myself for doing it. And I think actually filming it kind of helped. Because I was like, okay, well, I have to get it done now. Because everyone's gonna know. Everyone's gonna know. There are many more rooms in my home that need love. This is just consistently the worst room. But there's absolutely other places that I need to clean and tidy as well. And I thought I could, if there's any interest, and also if I feel like it, I could film those as well. Part of what motivated me to try filming was I really like watching the like extreme cleans. Clean with B is a channel I really enjoy, and obviously this is not, my house is not at that level, but I can recognize the patterns in myself that she usually talks about. And I do really like the videos. I like to see it happen. And I thought potentially, hopefully, maybe, someone would feel motivated and inspired to clean as well watching this one. If not, it motivated me. And it's my house, and it's my channel, and I'm the main character, so. I don't really know if this video is going to make any sense. Like I said, I didn't write a script for this, I've just kind of been talking. But I think I got what I wanted to say out. I don't plan for videos on this channel to be like super serious or anything, but this is still a very real and a very big part of my life. My collection of disorders and my home looking like a wreck. That's how I live, baby. I felt like I want to talk about it a little bit. I don't think I have anything else to say. Bye. Okay, I finished the video, but you know. First of all, fucking Sisyphus-ass task. There's already more dishes in here. And here's Bimbo. She fell asleep while I was talking. Hi, Bimbo. Yeah, hi. You got my hair clips all over you? Yeah, hi. You want to say something? Okay.